so I wanted to talk to you all about how to deal with anxiety with regards to your self-judgment, kind of, being yourself, being your authentic self. And when you're not being your authentic self, it can cause anxiety, because often we are trying to be who we're not meant to be. We're trying to fit into somebody else's ideal of who who they think they want us to be. Could be a teacher that tells you, oh no, you shouldn't be like that. I was told once when I was at school, I said, I'm going to be a dancer when I leave school, and they were like, oh no, that's not a real job, you can't do that. You need to go to art college and push your art because you're good at art. And yes, I did enjoy art. I liked it. It was okay. I was good at it, did very well. But my heart was in dancing. I wanted to be a dancer. And I'm so glad I followed that dream, because it kind of proved to everyone that if you follow your heart and you be the real, true, authentic you can actually reach any goal you ever want to. And you're not going to, get there without any hurdles, but you can get there. Absolutely. So I wanted to read you a bit of text. I've been reading a book recently, and I read this page and I was like, oh my goodness, this is all about, how people don't feel like they fit in, and that causes anxiety. So I'm going to read it out to you. I'm just going to read the whole page because I didn't get a chance to double check in on this page that I'd kind of screenshotted when I got in through the door at 2 minutes to 3. So it says, this true self is not the same as soul or spirit or higher self. It's best described as our psychological true self. What I'm talking about is being who you are, authentic. In each personality, in each life, there is a potential or a blueprint in us. With upbringing and the challenges of life, we may lose the way to the true self, or in some way lose permission to be who we really are. Conformity to certain images or ways of being is very strongly underlined in the society of today. Now, these are big words for those of you that are a bit younger. It's just saying that, we're born being a certain way, and sometimes we do things, or we're in places where we're told that what we feel we want to do isn't right. And sometimes it's right that we're told we shouldn't be doing something because we shouldn't be doing it. But this is talking about something slightly different. Conformity to certain images or ways of being is very strongly underlined in the society of today. So people with originality of expression and idea are too easily labelled as eccentric, way out, or a dropout. Okay, so if you go against what most people do, people don't like that. Some people don't like that. So make yourself being around people that do like that. Put yourself around people that love you for who you are, or encourage you to be you. A gardener who decides to plant some unlabelled but interesting looking seeds will watch their growth carefully, assessing their needs as they grow. He will be interested to observe their progress and see what sort of plant each is becoming. It's like children. When you're born, your parents don't know what you're going to look like, what you're going to grow up to be, but they're nurturing who you are. Okay. He will be interested to observe their progress and see what sort of plant each is becoming. Should there be a flower or fruit, he will be delighted with the result. So you really want to be around people who are going to be delighted with your result, no matter what that might be. Whatever the shape, colour or size, he will be pleased if each plant is healthy and flourishing. He will let those that want to grow tall have support. He will see the shorter, bushier ones Have enough light and ground and space. A gardener knows that a seed contains a certain blueprint or potential. It is useless to plant a tomato seed if you want to grow an oak tree. No amount of persuasion, tending, discipline, or threat will make the seed change what it is able to produce. Also, if the conditions are not right for the seed, it will sicken and die. And it's no different with people. So if you are going against everything that feels right for you, you're going to get sick. If you're not making yourself happy, if you're not feeding yourself good food, giving yourself good water and the things that make you happy, you're going to feel uncomfortable, and that's where anxiety comes out. Okay. Of course, the analogy between a good seed and a human being can be pushed too far, but nevertheless it serves to set us thinking about our nature and true purpose. However much we may struggle to gain approval or to be what others ask of us, our feelings and emotions will eventually make it clear if we have become a square peg in a round hole. So what I'm trying to say to you, I suppose, is don't make yourself be a square peg in a round hole. If where you are or what you're doing doesn't make you happy, find what does make you happy. So we'd all need to kind of conform with things that keep us safe, that respect other people, and, consider other people's feelings too. But just because you decide that something isn't right for you doesn't mean you're making somebody else wrong. So think about this. Do you feel anxiety over feeling like you don't fit in somewhere, that you are different? Do you ever feel anxiety as if you're being judged? And by the way, if you're different, you are still perfect, because you are perfect in the blueprint you were born as. So when you're sitting there thinking, I don't fit in, maybe you don't fit in somewhere. There will be somewhere you fit in. Or if you don't fit in somewhere, make there a place for others who are like you to fit in. Make it happen. Okay? That's what I'm trying to do with the school. I'm trying to make our school somewhere that everybody can come to be who they are, to fit in, to fit in as they are. No change in them, just to grow in what makes them happy. So you were born to be you, okay? And you are the only person that can do you good, okay? You do being you the best anybody else is going to be, and you can't do what somebody else is being any better than they can. So when you're looking at other people and thinking, I want to be just like them, well, you can't, because they were born with their blueprint to be who they are, and you were born with yours. So you're different. We're all different, and that is the way it should be. That's all good. That's great, None of us are the same. And there's often anxieties around fitting in and making things right for other people. You're trying to be something, be someone that doesn't feel good to you, doesn't feel right. So don't do that, okay? So just going to give you a few, little mindfulness things that you can do when you're feeling this way. And it's nothing really to do with this type of anxiety. It's about anxiety as a whole. So when you are feeling this way, I want you to stop, take a deep breath, close your eyes. Close your eyes right now if you like. And just think about, what is it that's making you feel anxious? Where is that feeling in your body? Send it lots of light and love. And and tense that place in your body and then relax it. Now think of 5 things that make you happy that start with the letter of your first name. 5 things that make you happy. That may be a physical thing, it may be a person. Anything that starts with the first letter of your first name. Now this is taking your mind away from the thing that's making you feel anxious and making you think of something else. Now think of 5 things, or stop and listen for 5 things that you can hear right now. And then think of 5 things that you can touch and feel just sitting where you are. Okay, so it's just a distraction, okay, to be thinking about something else other than what's making you feel anxious. Now think about those things that you may have felt anxious about, whether if it was something that you felt like other people had expectations of you and you weren't filling their expectations. Flip it and think about the things that you are good at, and that those people or expectations, can be turned around and you can show the things that actually you are good at. Okay. So just wanted to visit that today, just to tell you that you are all beautiful and whole, and that you don't need to be anybody else but you. Thank you for coming along today, everyone. Lovely to have you here. See you next Friday.